Jazzcast Pros.
Welcome to the Healthy Illness Podcast. I am your host, Kelly Marie, and the Healthy Illness Podcast is all about helping you live a healthier life with healthier relationships while living with mental health conditions. Today's episode is stress, anxiety, and pressure management. By the end of the episode, you will have 3 ways, maybe 4, that you can better manage your stress, anxiety, and pressure. I want to just uplift and acknowledge that we are in Buffalo still in perpetual recovery mode, but we've just the remembrance of all those community members who lost their lives, were injured physically or emotionally, traumatized really by a racially motivated shooting at the only full service grocery store on the east side of Buffalo. And if you're not from this area, that is where most of the Black folks live. And so there's been a lot of lights, a lot of attention, a lot of noise, but also a lot of remembrance, a lot of uplifting, holding, and supporting each other during this time. And so I just want to acknowledge that out loud. And wherever you are on your journey is where you are. We often want to minimize the impact of an event on people depending upon their proximity, depending upon their actual interaction in the event. But we don't do that here at Front Seat Life LLC. We don't do that here on the Healthy Illness Podcast. And so, wherever you are, whatever your healing looks like, whatever place that you're in, you are in that place, and we are holding space for you. One of the things that I have begun to do is to hold a monthly mindfulness gathering called Mindful AF, Awareness and Flow. It is our opportunity to come together, to practice together, and to just take an hour to be. So on the first Monday of each month, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, join me. You can register. It is free and virtual, but you do need to register in order to get the link, and you can do that on the Front Seat Life website, and that's frontseatlife.com. I encourage you to do what is best for you, to take care of yourself in the way that is best for you, and to remember that you cannot pour from an empty cup. We have these conversations about self-care and what that means and how it shows up, and you truly must pour into yourself, take care of yourself, honor yourself, your mind, your body, and your spirit in order to be able to do that for others in a way that is not depleting and draining of you. And so today we are talking about stress, anxiety, and pressure management and why that's important. Stress is a part of life. Pressure is a part of life. Anxiety is not necessarily a part of life, but is a part of many of our lives. And we aren't always given the tools that we need in order to be able to manage when we are in that space of high stress, high anxiety, or pressure. Now, I'm not talking specifically about a mental illness state, but generally about stress, anxiety, and pressure management. Now, I will say medication, therapy, walking, exercising, eating foods that are healthier for your body are all ways that you can do that. If you are in a therapeutic or clinical relationship, so you have a therapist, a licensed social worker, a psychiatrist, a psychologist that you're working with in this space, feel free to take these back to them and talk about whether or not these are ways that work best for you. If you don't have that clinical relationship, but you're looking for one, You can use Google. If you're open to asking friends and family, you can do that. You can call 211 or dial 211 or go to 211 on your website. There are websites like Psychology Today and other directories that will provide you with an opportunity to look, to search, and find someone that you can begin to develop a clinical relationship with. Now, when you go about that, and this actually wasn't our topic today, but when you go about doing that, just know that you don't have to accept or settle on the first person you meet. You can have that conversation, see if that fits, right? Ask questions, talk about their way of working with clients, what you're looking to achieve, and see if it feels right. See if you get, gut check, right? Like, what does your gut say? What does your mind say? What do you need? You know you as a person. And so I want you to also be mindful that you're not selecting someone that's just going to feed into your state of being and will pull out of you and guide you on your healing journey. Right. So I'm going to park that there and maybe we'll come back to what that looks like at another time. But today's episode, stress, anxiety, and pressure management, I want to have you walk away with some tools you can use right now. Just bam, right now. What can you use while you're listening to this podcast? What can you use right after you listen to this podcast in order to better manage your stress, anxiety, and pressure? So, the first thing I want to give you as a tool is taking a step back and gaining perspective on the situation. I was in, and still am a part of a network of Black and Brown health professionals, public health professionals. And one of the things that came up in the conversation at our last meeting was, is it your job? Is it your business that you're worried and concerned about? Take a step back. Oftentimes we find ourselves in positions of caring, positions of wanting to be, wanting to help, wanting to do, but it's also not our business to be in. Grown folks are grown folks and they have free will to make good and bad decisions. What is your business? What is not your business? That could be with friends, that could be with family, your children, your parents, loved ones, people at work. What is your job description? Does it fit in your job description? If you don't get in that business, will you still be able to do your work? Right? So take a step back, come out of autopilot, come out of that immediate reaction to save, that immediate reaction to dive in and help, that immediate desire to get in there and solve the problem. It may not be your problem to solve. So take a step back, come out of autopilot. Number two, you can't control anybody but you. So this isn't really a thing to do, but a perspective to have and understand. You literally have no control over anybody but yourself. Even down to like your kids doing their homework. You can't force them to do the homework. You can direct, you can coach, you can yell, you can punish, right? But they still have to do the work themselves. You cannot control anyone but you. So as you take this step back and come out of autopilot, consider, who are you trying to control? What situation are you trying to control? And is it in your power to do so? You only control yourself. So, with that self control, take a step back, come out of autopilot, and figure out if it's even your business that you need to be in. Third, this is like 3 and 4 are actual physical things that you can do in order to better manage your stress, anxiety, and pressure. So, if you have been a part of Mindful AF, Awareness and Flow, you have experienced go slow breathing. Go slow breathing is what I use and what I teach people to use to be able to help regulate the nervous system. Go slow breathing, and I'm using go slow and telling you go slow repeatedly so you remember to go slow. On the go, you are going to take a quick inhale, and on slow, you're going to slowly exhale. And you want that exhale to be as long as as long as possible, but not so long that you are holding your breath, right? So go is a quick inhale, slow is a slow exhale. So go slow breathing. I'm going to show you right now my go slow breathing, and your go slow breathing may be different because we have different bodies, different lung capacities, different practice amounts. Like maybe you sing, and so you have incredible breath control and you could take a huge breath quickly. I'm not that person. Regardless, though, go slow breathing will help regulate your body. It will let it know that it's time to ease it, bring it on down. Instead of being ramped up and aggy and ready to go, you're going to go slow. So watch, I'm going to show you now. Go, quick inhale, slow, long exhale. That was just one round. And you repeat. You don't have to hold, you don't have to wait between inhale or exhale. You just go slow. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Here's the benefit of go slow breathing. No one has to know that you're doing it. Now, you just heard me breathing all in the mic, right? But no one actually has to know that you are using this go slow breathing technique. Everybody can know if you want them to know. You can you can make that inhale exhale quite audible or not. I've used this, and no one has any idea what's happening. You just, instead of a big, inhale, it's a quiet inhale and it's a quiet exhale. And so you just keep breathing in that cycle as you feel your body relax with each exhale. Relax your shoulders, relax your back, relax your facial muscles, your legs. On your exhale, relax your body. Let the stress out. Remind yourself that it's going to be all good or not. But what you're going to do is go slow breathing while you're working it out. And finally, the other physical thing that you can do, you can take both hands and rub them back and forth on your legs. So if you're sitting up straight, sitting in a chair, I mean, you don't have to sit up straight, but sitting up straight is good for your posture. So sit up straight. Allow, especially like when you start doing breathing exercises, you don't want to crunch over. You want to give your lungs room. You want to give your belly room to expand. So sitting up straight, and you could sit up straight with relaxed shoulders. You can sit up straight with your relaxed legs. It is possible to sit up straight and also relax your muscles. So for the leg rubs, you are just literally just pushing and pulling back and forth, just rubbing back and forth on your thighs. The reason why that works, the tactile sensation of your hands on your legs, your thighs are the largest part of your body, generally speaking. And so that energy release is beneficial also in that self regulation mode. So you can use this back and forth leg rub technique. You can also do this while you are doing your go slow breathing. And so everything doesn't have to be, this technical 5 minutes doing this, 10 minutes doing that, 4 reps of 3. Right? You just go slow in your breathing, in your walk, in this work, right? It doesn't have to be this push forced effort in order to be able to regulate your stress, anxiety, and pressure. So you have these 4 takeaways. So you have these ways now to test out to see if it works for you. The benefit of the go slow breathing and the leg rub back and forth. And when you do the leg rub, you're using both hands on both legs. If you only have one, then you use the one. But if you have two hands available, rub both hands on your thighs back and forth at the same time in the same motion. The benefit here is those two exercises, go slow breathing and the leg rub, you're able to practice that. You can practice it before you need it. The plus there is that when you do need it, your body already knows what to do because you've been using it. And so you can try that after you get home from work. You drop your things down, you're like, whew, all right, I'm home. Man, take a minute to go slow breathe. Just go slow, quick inhale, slow exhale, and see if and how your body responds to it. Helpful to do before you need it. The same thing, really, about coming out of autopilot. Don't wait for a tense moment or a high stress time to be able to take that step back in that perspective, look at what's happening. You can do that with any situation, anything you have an opinion about. You could take a step back and look at it from a bird's eye view, right? So you're not in it. You want to kind of remove yourself from the situation and look and see what's happening. Where does it fit in your life? And we do this with when we're going over scheduling and trying to make time in our schedule and figure out what we want to do, what we don't want to do. It's the same process. It's taking a step back, taking a step out of autopilot, out of saying yes, 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 and seeing what serves you. In this case, less about what serves you and more about is it your business to do? Okay? So, autopilot, come out of that. Take a step back. Is it your business to do? I'm going to wager here. I'm not really a betting person, but I'm going to bet on this. You'll find that a lot of it is not your business. It may concern you. It may interest you. You may have an interest in it, but it is probably not your business. So taking that step back, come out of autopilot. Is it for you to manage, deal with, or be stressed about? 2, you can't control anybody but you. So are you finding yourself in high stress, high anxiety, high pressure moments because you're trying to control other people? The answer is yes. Then stop trying to control everybody and everything. You can only control yourself. So you can begin to look at your reaction, how you're responding, and work on that situation from that vantage point. And 3/4, go slow breathing, quick inhale, long exhale, and your thigh rub, both hands back and forth on your thighs. So those are your 3/4 ways to be able to manage your stress, anxiety, and pressure at home, in the workplace, with your friends, wherever you may be. Try these tools out and let me know how it goes. Until the next time, I encourage you to be the light. I thank you for joining me. Big shout out to the Jazzcast Pros Network and Jazz, who is an incredible producer and friend who holds me accountable but still lets me record late. So, Jazz, thank you so very much because you know I mean well. Be the light, folks.